Hello, Nick from NK Active. We are on an A to Z journey. We are on the letter S. S is for sesamoid issues. What are sesamoids? They are not the things you find on top of burgers or anything along those lines. The definition of a sesamoid is a floating bone. Randomly off topic, the biggest sesamoid in the body is your kneecap. But we normally have two little sesamoids in the feet. Now, this is looking at your first metatarsal side on, then you got one of your toe bones, and then sitting underneath, you got one here, and then you got one directly behind it as well. So you got two little sesamoids that sit underneath your big toe joint. I don't know if you can quite see them there. And the aim for those is to guide tendon through to the toe, just to make sure that tendon can pull straight, so it pulls your toe down nice and straight. So as you can see, they are a little vulnerable. So you can get some irritation. You can get something called sesamoiditis, which is basically swelling of the sesamoid bones. It will feel like you got a dull ache underneath your foot. If someone gives it a poke, you won't like it. Sports like jumping, running, anything involves going up on your tiptoes and jumping around really won't be comfortable. But it can be quite simple to manage. You can look at foot orthoses. Here's half a 3D printed insole, so we can see what we call a first metatarsal cutout, so a little gap here to help take the loads off the sesamoids. You can look at, I haven't done my laces now, rocker base shoes, again to offload it, and then you can look at strengthening up the toe as well. If it doesn't settle, things like a steroid injection can be very helpful to dampen down symptoms, and in rare cases need to take you on one of those Beckham boots just to dampen things down. Now you can get other things, and actually interestingly, even though you've got your two sesamoids underneath here, you can get fractures in those. You can get avascular necrosis, so death of the bone. But some people are actually born with what we call bipartite or tripartite or quadpartite sesamoids, which means the sesamoids themselves are naturally split into little bits. So, Jess, can I have a wipe, please? I'm just going to wipe the board. I'm going to show you what it looks like if you have a bipartite sesamoid on X-ray. And it's an easy way to tell, is it bipartite or is it, that's going to be dry enough. So if you've got a fracture of a sesamoid, if this is, say, your two sesamoid bones here, if you've got a fracture in one of the bones, what you'll tend to find is you can almost join those back together and it looks lovely jubbly. A bipartite sesamoid, you'll tend to find there may be gaps, but they're nice and smooth and they don't actually join up. So that's just something you're born with. Doesn't really increase your risk of getting a sesamoid injury. It's just a nice little random fact, and some people are split into 1 part, 2 parts, 3 parts, 4 parts. So there we have it. A bit of an overview on sesamoiditis and what the sesamoids are. So if you've got pain underneath your big toe joint, it may be sesamoiditis. See you soon.